There is a new push to remove a statue that has represented the state of Washington for nearly 70 years. Pioneer Marcus Whitman's statue is in the U.S. Capitol, but a proposed law would replace that with a statue of Native American activist Billy Frank Jr. King 5's Drew Mickelson talked with the state lawmaker behind the proposed move. Drew.
Mark, capitals are where laws are made, but they're also places where the state or the nation can celebrate its past. This is a World War II memorial here on the Capitol campus in Olympia. Some lawmakers here want to change and update one of the statues that's in the other Washington.
Come with me as I explore the First Nations of the world.
Billy Frank Jr. was in the U.S. Marines, but the Nisqually tribal member is best known for fighting for Native American fishing rights, supposedly guaranteed by treaties with the U.S. government. At the U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C., each state can have two statues on display. Washington state is represented by Mother Joseph, who established schools and hospitals in the Northwest, and missionary Marcus Whitman.
Please stand up.
Whitman's Walla Walla mission is a national historic site. He attempted to convert Native Americans to Christianity, but after American settlers brought deadly diseases with them to the West, the Native Americans blamed and killed Whitman and other missionaries, triggering a war. 100 years later, then Vice President Richard Nixon was at the unveiling for Whitman's statue in D.C., but now there's a move to replace it with a statue of Billy Frank Jr.
You can't erase history, but you certainly can learn from it and then move forward, and that's what I'd ask them to do with me.
State Representative Deborah Lekanoff is behind the move. She wants Whitman's statue preserved, but says it's time for a change in D.C., and taking legislative action, even during a pandemic, is worthwhile.
You know, we honor the past, we recognize today, and we build the future. And Billy has always built the future for us. The honor he brings, the respect he brings, especially during a time of COVID and a time of healing. This is who Billy is. And he has a way of bringing everyone together.
You know, I thought that there couldn't have been a cooler selection, but that's just me being the homer because I'm his son.
Billy Frank Jr.'s son only wishes his father was alive to see this all. He passed in 2014.
It'd be a great accomplishment for my dad, for our family, to think that this young Nisqually boy who grew up his whole life being arrested for exercising his treaty rights and his tribal sovereignty to protect our way of life, to think that that'll be there to represent the state is amazing.
The lawmaker behind this bill is also sponsoring a bill to prohibit high schools from being able to use Native Americans as mascots. A number of pro teams are taking that step, but of course this weekend, the Kansas City Chiefs are in the Super Bowl. Live in Olympia, Drew Mickelson, King 5 News.